So I do really like the pixelation of this. So that's probably one of the first things I would try to do. So I don't know what your color theme is. Do you have a color theme for your dodgeball game? CD code slash streaming. I don't know. This is like the color of like dodgeballs. P. Let's do purple gold. Nice. Okay. So let's just do P create. Not accept this one. So I'm creating a T3 app. I'm just gonna call it Dodge. That's gonna be TypeScript. It's gonna be Tailwind. So I'm gonna be using Tailwind for this. Yeah, because I don't want to write CSS. This helps me go a little bit faster. So let's just do that. Yes. Yes. So it's just creating and scaffolding a new project for me. So I don't need to actually like write it. I don't know what any of that is. I am just here to say wow lol. I'm still explaining it for anyone who wants to know what it is. So pdev. So all I did there was just like create a new project, and then that new project is just this thing, right? So what I'll do is actually I'll close that. I'm gonna do code dot so I can open Visual Studio Code in there. Move this here. I need to learn how to like open my current directory where I am. That's just like a little pet peeve of mine. So pages index, so this is my index page. I'm just gonna come in here and I'm going to delete everything, I think. Yep, delete this, and then I'll delete everything here and this thing. Come on, do better. Okay. Oh yeah, do better, man. I don't know why it does this sometimes. Just so slow. It has nothing to do with like the speed of my computer, because I've tried this on like the fastest computers you imaginable for like what's realistic for web dev, and yeah, it doesn't take that long. I actually don't even know why I went this route. This is like a simple page. This is overkill. Okay. So it's a flex. So you remember before we had like Flexbox. So all Tailwind is, it's like a utility library for um, writing CSS without actually having to write CSS. So you kind of like writing your CSS in HTML. You don't have to have like two different files. And what it does, it gives you like a bunch of CSS class names that already have like the CSS built into them that they represent. So if you call something flex under the hood, it's really just like display flex essentially, and it just has like it's like a shorthand for a bunch of these different things, like item center, that's your align items but centered, justify centers, justify content centered, blah blah blah, and keeps going. So I'm just gonna come here and I'm gonna say, ooh, I think it's freaking out. Okay, all right, blank screen, perfect. What are S strings? I've heard that name before. Right, so F strings are just like replace in the string syntax. It would be more like if you had a variable for every method in Python that could do something, and then all you had to do was just call those methods. For instance, if you wanted two numbers, you wanted to know if you wanted this to subtract two numbers, there would be like a subtract function, and then that subtract function would would already be in. That sounds complicated. Okay, I'll show you what it is, why it's not complicated. All right, so this is gonna be flex. It's gonna be, and you'll see this the speed at which I am, and I'll never touch CSS. That's like the rule here. I never actually have to open the CSS style or anything like that. I'll just write it like this. So flex, I need it to be flex call, and then that's the flex column that we did earlier as well. And then here I'll do min height of the screen. Was it screen? Yep. And then I'll say the background color is purple. Do I have purple? Purple. Is that a color that I have? Yeah, purple. 500. Boom. I never had to write any CSS just now, and I got the whole entire screen to be purple. Imagine that. Okay, so the thing I wanted to do here is, I don't like this purple. Let's make it a lighter purple. Too light. Better. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to do is, I wanted to, like if I go back to the picture, right? The picture here has, let me zoom out. It has like two HUDs, like one at the top. I think that's the challenger, person you're challenging, and then the one below is you. And then I don't know what these are in the corner. These are your attacks, maybe? I don't know, it's strange. So I'm just gonna cheat a little bit and then find some anime avatars. Let's see if I can find some. I hope I don't run into anything too sketch. That's strange. These are cute. Okay, what are these? Two manga avatars. Okay. Hey, look at that. I just got me two avatars. So, showing finder. Did I get it? Where are these files? Oh. What are EPS files? Anyways, so here I have two avatars. So I'm just gonna like cut these out, I guess. I'm going above and beyond here, but I like it. So let me do view. I forgot how to cut in this thing. Tools, crop. Right. And I'll save this. Export as JPEG. As player 1 to the desktop. Perfect. Let's undo. I didn't even get the size of that one that I just did. That could be problematic. Okay. And this is my second player. I don't know if that's the same size, but meh. Crop. This is my player 2. Player 2. Okay. And then what I can do here is, let me close this. I'm so entertained I have stopped drawing. I'll take that as a compliment. Let me jump back over to here. Try to pick images here. So let's say images. And then reveal in Finder. I'm just gonna drop the pictures from the desktop in there. Your eyes. As long as you stay within like these numbers. So here I have 32. 32 looks pretty good to me. Can I go higher? 64. 60. That might be too big. Let's do 40. Looks fine. So the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna say rounded. So I like rounded avatars. Rounded full. So you can see here now it has like a circle around it. And I'll just make it, I'll just give it like a border around it as well. So you remember the border that we did earlier. So here I'll just say border. Border 2, and then the border, what is the border, and I think you said it was gold. Image rendering mute. Oh, we were saying 400 looks like gold. I'll come back to that. Okay, so I might just have to do it by hand. So I'm just going to do style, and then do image. What is it? Image rendering? What is it called? Yeah, it's called pixelated. This is probably bad because I want it on both things. But let's see how it looks. Hey, look at that. It's pixelated. So it's more pixelated than it was before. But that's interesting. Okay, let's start setting up the layout for this. So div. So I'm gonna write this image in a div, mainly because I want to position it properly on the screen. So this is my character because I want to be the main character. I want to be the bad guy. So I'll put this at the bottom. So it's gonna be since this main stretches from top to bottom, I can say this is a flex call. So what I can do here, if I want this one to be at the bottom, I can actually put the like both of them, like put two divs here, div, This is going to be the other character that I'm going to add. And actually, let me add it now. This way I can see them side by side. And this is player 2. Yep. And then top and bottom, what is it? They're on top of each other. Yo, Deflux, what's up? And then here I'll just another class name, and then I'll say it is. No, I need this one to be justify content, so I can say. So what I want is a justify between, because that's gonna push the two elements as far apart from each other as possible to the full width or the full height, because I'm a column of its container. So that's going to make the first one show up at the top, the second one can show up at the bottom. And then what I can do for the one at the top, I can make that a flexbox. Oh, this is not Bootstrap. It's Tailwind. And then flex, this will be a row. I'll say flexbox is a row by default, so I don't need to specify that, but I can still do it to show you what it might look like. And then I want it to be on the other side, so I can say justify end, and then boom, I got my start character and my